Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week we are going over week 6 of my pregnancy, aka the week that the morning sickness set in. So as of week 6, I was no longer able to drink my smoothies. I pretty much just couldn't eat hardly anything anymore. All healthy foods that I normally would eat became so unappealing and would make me feel so sick just thinking about them. Since I was young, I've always needed daily fresh fruit, and I, for the first time ever, like stopped having that desire. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't handle it. It wasn't good. The lack of appetite that I had made me feel sicker, but I, at the same time, did not feel up to eating or able to eat, and so it was just like feeding the beast. It was awful, and it was all day long, all day, every day. It was awful. I might have like a few hours where I felt like I could sit up in bed and watch TV, but otherwise I was pretty much laying down, laying still, trying to focus on not vomiting. And a lot of times I couldn't even be on my phone or watch TV because the motion of the screen would make me sick. Like, I would get motion sick and feel nauseous just watching TV. So I spent a lot of time laying in bed, either looking at the blinds of the window or looking at that wall behind us. So, not fun times, fam. I had to miss a couple of days of work. I had to get quite a few of my shifts covered. It was a mess, just that whole week. I couldn't get water down. I felt dehydrated, and I would try to drink water and then I would feel like I was gonna throw it up, and it would just feel really heavy on my stomach. I was able to drink soda. So every single day I would have a large soda from Sonic. Not anything healthy, not my normal routine, but it's what I needed to just feel like I was drinking something, even if it wasn't that helpful. It just helped me feel better. So I'd have pretty much root beer every single day. I've always loved root beer, and I still love root beer. Or I would sometimes have Sprite, and very rarely I would want a ginger ale. So with all of that going on, where I was just laying in this room all day, every day, I literally would just get up to go to the bathroom. I couldn't even go downstairs to get food, but I pretty much didn't even need that because all I could eat was like snack foods that I would just keep next to my bed. It's making me nauseous to talk about this video, even though I'm like way past it in my second trimester and feeling better. It was a rough time. And because I was in my room so much and I wasn't able to go to work a lot of days, and George was at work all day and he was having to work more because I couldn't, I was alone all day, every day in this room, and I got really, really sad. I was depressed that week and probably a couple weeks after, because this stuff continued, and it was so hard. And I just remember praying and hoping that I would feel better before my second trimester or in my second trimester, because I knew I would do it if I had to, if that's what I had to do to have a healthy baby and grow a healthy little human, and it would be worth it. But I just was so hoping that I wouldn't have to go through that, because I didn't know how I was going to be able to handle it. My constipation worsened. I pretty much wasn't able to go to the bathroom for like days on end, and if I did, it just wasn't full relief, I'll say. It was rough. I had to switch from my normal high-grade prenatal vitamins to just the highest grade prenatal gummies I could find in the store, and actually I couldn't even find them. My mom brought them to me because I couldn't even take the full dosage of my prenatals every day, and I was getting really worried. And these were a lifesaver, and I'm still taking these. And they are what have gotten me through. They don't contain iron, so you have to take iron separately, which I wasn't even able to do until my second trimester. These are the prenatal gummies I switched to. And they're kind of tart, and they're not too sweet, and they got me through. I could never eat very much at a time, but I would just eat my little snacks as often as possible. And after meeting with Sherry, my nurse practitioner, I was able to start taking Imitrol because she suggested like nausea medicines that are safe during pregnancy. It did take the edge off. It didn't help completely, but it helped me not to physically vomit. I made it without vomiting my whole first trimester. I haven't vomited my whole pregnancy. I'm not one to throw up in life in general, so I was really glad that I was able to keep it together during pregnancy. So far, God willing, please don't let me vomit. It's like the worst thing ever. Because I don't do it often, I'm the biggest baby about it. This is the Imitrol bottle. It doesn't taste horrible. I was able to get it down, and it really truly is what got me through, I think. So the snack foods I ate, I'll go over more so in week 7, just because my battery's dying. It stayed pretty similar those 2 weeks, but just some things were like graham crackers, goldfish crackers, salt and vinegar chips, somehow plain chips. Nothing that was good for me, but it's all I could do. My first ultrasound was September 20th. I take an at-home pregnancy test, and I went in and had my first ultrasound. They had me go and do a urine sample before my appointment, and then I scheduled my appointment. George went with me. He was really emotional because we got to hear the heartbeat, and it was our first time hearing our little baby's heartbeat, which is just like the sweetest moment, and it just all gets so real in that moment. I remember Sherry found it so easily. She said at 6 weeks, it's early. It might be difficult for us to target the heartbeat, but like, I mean, I'm telling you like that. It was there, and it was strong, and it was perfect, and it was right where it should be. And we were just so grateful. And honestly, I have sweeter memories looking back at that day than I actually did that day, because I was so sick that I was only able to be like half present, and I felt so guilty because I wanted to be excited and in the moment, but I was in like a cold sweat focusing on not vomiting in that office. But I made it through, and looking back, I have fond memories. I think because I was so sick, even at that ultrasound when I heard the heartbeat, it didn't fully hit me that I was pregnant, just because I just couldn't believe it still. I just was like in a blur and all this stuff, but it was a big relief. Logically, I knew like this is good. This means I'm doing well, like baby's doing well. And I remember later that week, and it might have been in week 7, honestly, it might have been a full week later, I was in my car at the Sonic drive-thru getting a root beer, of course, my large root beer. I talked to my belly, and I was like telling my belly, I was like, you're such a rotten little baby, and they're being bad and making mommy sick. And it was at that moment when I like called myself mommy and was looking at my stomach and saying like, you rotten little baby, like it hit me like, oh my gosh, I'm a mommy and I have my baby in my belly. It's doing its thing in there, like it's present in my body and having an effect on me because I'm pregnant, like I have a baby. It was a really sweet moment, and that's when I got emotional, thinking about the ultrasound and thinking about the reality that I just felt talking to my baby in my belly. It was just one of those sweet moments that I'll always remember. But that's gonna be all for week 6. So thank you guys so much for watching.